if your child vanished, and no one believed he was ever there? In a world where walls don't just separate countries, but truths from lies, Exterritorial drops us into a psychological war zone where reality twists, memories deceive, and power wears a diplomatic badge. This isn't just a missing persons thriller, it's a fight against a system designed to erase people like Sarah Wolf. A mother, a soldier, a woman haunted by war, now trapped inside the most protected building in Europe, where the only thing more dangerous than losing your mind is proving you're still sane. This is The Movie Buff. Get ready for one of 2025's most intense thrillers. This is Exterritorial, and it will keep you questioning everything until the final frame. Exterritorial isn't just a title, it's a warning. This 2025 psychological thriller, directed by Christian Zuber, grips you from the first scene and refuses to let go. Premiering on Netflix, it stars Jean Gourceau as Sarah Wolf, a former Special Forces operative whose buried trauma is violently unearthed when her 6-year-old son vanishes inside the cold, calculated walls of the U.S. consulate in Frankfurt, Germany. The film plunges viewers into a shadowy world where diplomacy, secrecy, and trauma collide, and where the rules don't apply. On the surface, it's a story about a missing child. Beneath, it's a harrowing descent into institutional apathy, blurred reality, and the psychological aftermath of war. The ghost of a soldier meets Sarah Wolf. Sarah Wolf is not your typical protagonist. She doesn't cry when things fall apart. She calculates. A war-hardened former soldier, she walks through civilian life with scars invisible to most. Years earlier, she survived a devastating ambush in Afghanistan that claimed the lives of her entire unit, including her lover and father of her son. That ambush didn't just kill people, it killed the version of Sarah who once believed in happy endings. Now, in 2025, Sarah clings to the one thing that keeps her grounded: Josh, her 6-year-old son. To the outside world, she's a quiet, struggling single mother. But underneath, there's a ticking time bomb, an elite warrior haunted by guilt, rage, and paranoia. Josh is her salvation, so when he disappears, everything she's fought to keep buried erupts. Routine turns to nightmare. What should have been a routine visit to the U.S. consulate in Frankfurt becomes a waking nightmare. Amid sterile walls, TSA-like checkpoints, and the low hum of bureaucratic indifference, Josh vanishes. No warning, no witnesses. One moment, he's beside her. The next, he's gone. The consulate's airless corridors suddenly feel like a war zone. Cameras stare, guards tighten, doors slam, and a mother's primal scream is met not with action, but protocol. To the officials, this is a misunderstanding. To Sarah, it's war, mother versus the machine. Sarah doesn't react like a civilian. Her years of tactical training switch on like a reflex. She maps exits, logs guard rotations, analyzes the layout. What should be grief becomes focus. Her soldier instincts, dormant but intact, ignite with terrifying precision. But her methods don't sit well with consulate staff. She's labeled erratic, aggressive, dangerous. What they don't see is the calculation behind her every move. As she demands access to restricted zones, the walls of red tape thicken. The staff cite policies. Security teams shadow her. Every room becomes a trap. Every locked door, an accusation. And yet Sarah knows the truth. Bureaucracies don't hide mistakes. They bury them. Gaslight protocol. Sanity on the brink. As hours pass, the question shifts from "where is Josh?" to "what is real?" Sarah begins hearing whispers behind glass walls, notices glances exchanged between guards, finds inconsistencies in the official narrative. They tell her she imagined things, that she's unstable, that Josh never even entered the restricted zone. But the more they push this narrative, the more the lines blur between deception and delusion. Are they hiding something? Or is Sarah's PTSD rewriting reality? Flashbacks hit her like landmines, gunfire in her ears, dust in her lungs, screams from Afghanistan echoing through the fluorescent-lit halls of the consulate. The past and present merge. Her son's name becomes a code whispered in both timelines. She's not just searching for Josh, she's fighting not to disappear into her own fractured mind. The walls close in, a deadly truth surfaces. The deeper Sarah digs, the more sinister the picture becomes. She uncovers classified files, redacted documents, and cryptic references to her old unit. Patterns emerge. A name from her past resurfaces, one connected to the ambush in Afghanistan. Coincidence? Or a link she was never supposed to find? Suddenly, her military past isn't just back, it's the key to everything. And Josh's disappearance may not be random at all. Someone inside the consulate doesn't want her uncovering the truth. Surveillance mysteriously deletes. An informant disappears. Guards begin to close ranks, and every move Sarah makes inches her closer to being branded a hostile threat. Now she isn't just a mother searching for her son. She's a former soldier accused of breaking into a sovereign institution. And in a consulate, where exterritorial rules shield those within from outside laws, there's no one to save her. The puzzle of memory and madness. The brilliance of exterritorial lies in its uncertainty. It keeps the audience suspended in doubt. Are Sarah's enemies real, or ghosts of her past? Has she uncovered a conspiracy, or fallen into the final stages of a PTSD breakdown? Even as the evidence mounts, every answer breeds more questions. The film deliberately withholds easy conclusions, dragging viewers into Sarah's disoriented mind. You start to see what she sees, feel what she fears, and question what she trusts. Untrustworthy allies and silent enemies. Supporting roles are masterfully layered. Dougray Scott delivers a chilling performance as a high-ranking consulate official, charming, polished, and maybe complicit. Lara Abova plays a conflicted aide whose sympathy may be genuine or a calculated distraction. Everyone Sarah meets could be lying, everyone has something to lose, and as she peels back layers of diplomatic immunity, a terrifying truth emerges. The most dangerous prisons don't have bars, they have rules. Truth, trauma, and terror. What Sarah discovers in the final stretch of Exterritorial changes everything. Without spoiling key plot turns, know this: the ending lands like a gut punch. It's not just about whether she finds Josh, it's about whether she survives herself. The last act is a masterclass in psychological tension, where rescue, redemption, and reality collide in one final devastating confrontation. Survival isn't the end. At its heart, Exterritorial is a story about survival, after war, after loss, after the world forgets you. Sarah Wolf embodies the invisible battles fought long after the gunfire ends. She is a soldier not just in combat, but in motherhood, in memory, and in a system designed to erase outliers like her. The film also tears open the cold heart of institutions, how power hides behind protocol, and how those who don't fit the mold are silenced, not saved. A ruthless, riveting thriller. Exterritorial isn't just a thriller, it's a slow-burning psychological nightmare that challenges how we define truth, justice, and reality. Director Christian Zubert constructs a pressure cooker of a film, pushing viewers into the mind of a woman teetering between clarity and collapse. Jean Gourceau's performance is electrifying, raw, intimate, and utterly unflinching. She turns Sarah Wolf into a modern-day Cassandra, haunted, unheard, and terrifyingly right. Whether you walk away believing Sarah or fearing her, Exterritorial guarantees one thing: you will not forget her.